your boy B back with another video, man. Oh, it just started raining right when I went live. You know what that means? That means that we are going to be refreshed, y'all. We about to make it happen today, man. I don't care if you watching during the morning, the afternoon, the nighttime. This is me explaining to you guys why you should sell something, right? So I just got off the phone. I'm a little late when it comes to the live. I usually go live at like 7:40, 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, it is 8. It's 8:17. But so guys, if you guys don't know, I'm one of those bosses that will always try and make sure I help you become more efficient. I help you make more money, right? So when people work for me, what I tend to do is not only pay you hourly, I also help you by letting you get any products in the store and actually selling them. So you can, if you work at my store, prime example, you have the ability to sell any product you want, right? In the store without having to pay for it until it sells, obviously, right? So I'm talking to this one guy that works for me, and while we're talking, he's saying how, he's having trouble at home. He needs to make more money. Now, as a boss, it's really frustrating hearing that. I'm not sure if you guys know how frustrating it is for a boss that cares or an owner that cares, and they want you to be able to feed your family. They want you to be able to grow. Like, I don't want you to grow to the point to where you leave my business. And I'm giving you the whole raunchy truth of how owners of companies think, right? If I have a great employee, I don't want to lose you, right? Because you make my life easier. So in return of you making my life easier, I want to pay you good, but I don't want to pay you too much to where you don't need me anymore, right? And that's the truth. And when it comes to people not being able to feed their families from the salaries you pay or the hourly you pay, it becomes frustrating to certain people or certain, leaders, because it's like, I want to lead you and make you the money you need to be comfortable. Because if you're comfortable, you'll be just content enough to stay working with me, right? I want people to keep working for me. I don't want you to go out and start your own business. That's just the truth when I'm talking about in my stores, right? Because if I have an employee that is loyal, they don't steal, they can sell their asses off, they know how to do inventory, they know how to do audits, they know how to manage other people, why would I want to lose that person? I want to pay you so that you could just go home, feed your family, come back to work and work for me. This person's telling me how they're struggling, like they need more bread. So I'm like, damn, you need more money. Mind you, I'm paying you around $2,000 a week, right? So like, if I'm paying you $2,000 a week with the bonus added, of course, right? And you need more money, I said, all right, bet. Any products in the stores that you want to list online, you can list online. You don't got to pay for them until they sell. So it's essentially drop shipping, but obviously you would just take the product and pay for the product and then ship it off to whoever sells or whoever, wants that product off of eBay or OfferUp or whatever, right? So he comes to me with that problem probably not last week, but the week before, right? And I asked him for an update last week, and he was like, I still ain't make no money. And I'm like, oh, dang, so you ain't make no extra money? Like, no product sold. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, keep listening. Now, you would have thought by looking at my YouTube that I would tell him tips and tricks and do this and do that. No, right? Because I don't sugarcoat nothing, and I also don't hold hands. Because I believe that while, yes, I got the YouTube that teaches you how to make money or teaches you how I make money so you can actually use my experiences for your own foundation, one thing I don't do is try to block your failure. Why I don't block people's failures is because that's the only way I learn what works for me. The only way I learned what works for me and what I was destined to do was by failing so much, by going broke, by spending my money on dumb shit, by tricking on girls, by traveling and moving, by having a child with somebody when I wasn't ready. Just doing things always ended up actually giving me a better understanding of how I can become more efficient. So when I come into contact with people that need my help, I don't pussyfoot them. Like, I don't be like, oh, well, maybe you should do this. Like, that's not me. What I will do, though, is give you what worked for me, and I'll tell you, figure out how it will work for you, right? So you're like, yeah, products aren't selling. I'm like, okay, well, you must be listing them wrong. He's like, no, like, I'm listing them right. I'm doing this, that, and the third. Lo and behold, today he calls me right before I get on live. We have a good 30-minute conversation, and he's telling me how he just made his first $800 on eBay. His first $800. And he's like, yeah, that's the extra bread that I needed to be able to go and get this 3D printer for my son, because he wanted a 3D printer for Christmas. And I was struggling because I'm thinking about either paying my rent or buying these gifts for my kids, because I don't want them to have nothing under the tree. So I was just like, I'm proud of you, and it made me think of you guys, because while I know, and me personally, this happens too, is like when I'm working my ass off for something, whether you're working your butt off for that promotion at work or you working your butt off for your business, and you don't see no results, like nobody buying your products, nobody watching your videos if you're a YouTuber, or you ain't getting no recognition from your boss, it could be very frustrating. It could be very frustrating. It could be very confusing, because you're like, yo, how the heck I'm not getting the result, but I'm putting in the work? You know what I mean? And it becomes to the point to where you start really hating doing what you're doing, right? Like it becomes annoying. Like, I'm not about to keep doing the same thing every day and not getting any reward. Because the way we think of habits, right, is we have to find a problem in order to start something, right? So like me selling electronics, my problem was I was broke, right? I didn't have no money. So I'm thinking to myself, well, if I don't have no money, I need to sell something. So I went out, found the electronics, started selling. But the only reason I started selling was because I was motivated, because I already knew what the outcome could be. The outcome could be me making money. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, if I know the problem, which is I'm broke, but I also know that people want electronics, but I also know if I sell people electronics, in return, they're going to give me money. And when they give me money, then I'm going to be able to go and buy X, Y, and Z, and then make more money or make people happy. Like, whatever the outcome is, we got to start to realize that we can't keep getting stuck at just, oh, the problem is this, I'm going to solve it by doing this. We got to stop getting stuck at, I'm going to solve it. And then when we start thinking, oh, I'm going to solve it, we then start to say, you know what? Great. I solve it, and I'm going to make X amount of money, and I'm going to be able to buy this Maserati or buy this or buy that or move here or move that. But we start daydreaming so much that we actually forget that we have to analyze the work that we do and make sure it actually gives us a result. We got to make sure that the shit that we're doing is actually good enough. Now, this individual I'm talking about that was selling the products and he wasn't seeing the results and was getting frustrated, he was doing it, but he wasn't consistent enough. He didn't wait long enough. And while we always think of the outcomes of things, like you right now, you're thinking of an outcome of something, right? What is the outcome of you watching this video? Or what is the outcome of you doing or driving to that job you're on your way to right now? The outcome is you're going to make that money that's going to go towards your check. Great. But like, what happens if you go into work right now and you get fired? Then the money that you would have made today wouldn't be on your check, right? So it's like, then that sort of kind of creates a negative feeling mentally, which then makes you feel depressed, frustrated, angry, right? That's why a lot of people are sad when they get fired, because they walk into their job with an expectation that they are looking for it to be met, or looking for that expectation to be met, but then they run into a roadblock and see it not being met. So What I'm trying to tell you guys, and I know I'm talking in a lot of like weird, terms, but here's the beautiful thing about selling something, whether it's a product, whether it is a service. The reason you need to start doing it is because it can help you solve a problem. It can get you an outcome, but also it teaches you how to be patient. I think one of the reasons I'm not where I want to be in life, right? And where I want to be in life is bigger than where I'm at, right? But I think the reason I'm not there is not because I can't do it, but it's because I am not patient enough, or I have not been patient enough. And now I'm learning the importance of patience. And I'm 30 years old. I just turned 30. And if I was to be able to give advice to any younger person, I would say, yo, if you want to do some shit, lock in and do it. But like, don't think about how much money you're gonna make from it. Don't think about how nice it's gonna be when it's successful and how many people are gonna respect you, how many girls are gonna come, how many people are gonna recognize. Like, don't think about that type of stuff, because what happens is when it doesn't happen in the time that you think it should, you start to get unmotivated. You start to get frustrated. You start to work yourself up for no reason. And that's what a lot of us fall victim to, is we start to get stuck at expecting instead of actually doing, producing, creating, right? My stores, right? I had 6 stores at one point. I only have 4 now. I closed 2, and I'm about to close more stores. Now, the 2 stores that I had to close, and I have, if you guys don't know me and you're just watching me, I had phone stores, okay? These phone stores that I had weren't making enough money for me to pay the expenses, employees, mortgage or rent, and the inventory. It wasn't making enough money, right? Because of the demographic that those stores were in, like the area and the people they were serving. So I was so cool with like, hey, I got 5 stores. I'm the shit. You know what I mean? Because I started this at the age of 19. And when I started it so young, I'm so used to being able to walk into the family events or walk into different rooms with different entrepreneurs, being the youngest one that's making over a lot of money, right? And I don't like talking about money because it's not about money. But I was just so content with being that guy. So when I saw that 2 stores weren't making enough money for me to profit, I didn't want to close them. So what I did was I said, you know what? I'm just going to sit and hopefully they get better. And when I did that, I started to lose money and lose money and lose money. And now I'm losing money in other stores trying to, keep this one open. And it's hurting me. But my ego feels good. And a lot of us, what we do is we're so fixated on the outcome of selling stuff that we end up stop selling stuff once we realize that selling stuff is an instant. It is an instant. It's not like you're going to sell all of your products the first week, the second week, the third week, or even all of them in the 4th week. It takes time. Like, we have a resellers kit at wesply.com, right? And my resellers kit on this on wesply.com, it has 40 products wholesale that people can order. And it's basically you starting your own electronic business in a box, right? I give you everything you need, plus guides and my phone number for me to be your mentor or for you to ask me questions or whatever, right? 98% of the people don't use my number as a mentorship or as somewhere to guide them. And then you got a lot of people that get this resellers kit and they think that, oh, I'm just going to list the products on this website or on Macari and it's just going to sell. That's not how it works. It takes dedication, studying, understanding, hey, this is how I need to position this product. This is the price point I need to get this product at. You know what I mean? It takes time. But a lot of people don't want to they just want to make instant money. And instant money doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And if it does exist, it's temporary. So while I do sympathize with how people or how much people want to be successful, I think people get stuck at, hey, this is what my reward is going to be, instead of staying focused on the work they need to do. Because if you put your head down, I'm talking to you, the two people watching, if you put your head down right now and whatever goal you got, whatever you want to happen, and whatever you want to build, I promise you that you're going to be able to lock in and you're going to be able to make money. But see, the problem is, instead of keeping our head down, doing the work that we need to do, we do the work, look up. Did I get the money yet? Did I get the money yet? You know what I mean? Instead of just keeping our head down and working. Work. Now, you look up to see and make sure, okay, do people like it? Yeah, okay, bet. Am I getting views on these products, or are people coming into my stores? All right, bet. So I got the people to come in, but now I got to get them to buy. You want to know whose job it is to get the product to sell? It's yours. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. Like the video for me. I appreciate you. So it's like, that's where a lot of people, they lack. Thank you. That's where they lack, is that a lot of people forget to just lock in and not worry about what if or when this happens. You know what I mean? So like, let's stop doing that. Let's grow and let's build, but let's also understand how fun the work is. It's fun selling something. It's fun watching a customer buy something from you. That's fun. That's enjoyable. Knowing that you're the person that somebody actually came to get something. Whenever you guys buy products from me, or whenever you guys even go on my website, whenever you guys watch my videos, it means the world to me. And it means the world to me not because I'm reaping the benefit, because 9 times out of 10, you guys are way more important than whatever product you build or you buy, excuse me. You know, and, you know, I really want you guys to bet on yourself. It doesn't have to be with my business. It don't have to be with anything electronics. But I want you to bet on yourself when it comes to just building. You understand me? Bet on yourself. Sell something. Get out there and sell something. I'm here every step of the way, guys. All right? Thank you so much for watching this live video. I love you guys. It was a short one today because I have a bunch of planning and working, and I also have some videos dropping on my blogging channel, so definitely tap into that. And yeah, I love you guys. I appreciate you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.